I am Laura Quigley.
And I'm Rachel Sampaio, and this is our project on nitrification on land. Most macronutrients, except for one, come from the disintegration of rocks, and they are picked up by the plant roots in the ground. The exception is nitrogen. Most living things are unable to use atmospheric nitrogen to synthesize proteins and other organic substances. Unlike carbon and oxygen, nitrogen is poorly reactive, and only certain bacteria and blue algae have the ability to assimilate nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into a form that can be used by cells. The process by which nitrogen circulates through plants and soils through the action of living organisms is known as the nitrogen cycle. In this presentation, we'll be focused on the nitrification part of this cycle. Several species of bacteria commonly found in soils are capable of oxidizing ammonia or ammonium. Such organisms are known as chemosynthetic autotrophs. Oxidation of ammonia, known as nitrification, is a process that produces energy. This process happens in two stages. First, the transformation of ammonia into nitrite, and second one, where nitrite is converted into nitrate. These chemical elements are passed on to other organisms through the ecology relations maintained through the trophic levels. Chemosynthetic nitrifying bacteria oxidizes the ammonia to form nitrite. Nitrite is toxic to a number of plants. Another bacteria oxidizes the nitrite, forming nitrate, again with energy release. Nitrate is the form under which almost all of the nitrogen moves from the soil into the roots.
Okay, so now we're going to look at factors that can affect nitrification. There are some factors that have an effect on the rate of nitrification. These factors are both biotic and abiotic. The biotic factors that affect nitrification are the microorganisms that reside in the soil, which are bacteria and archaea. These break down the ammonia and turn it into nitrate. The abiotic factors that can affect the rate of nitrification is the pH of the soil and the availability of oxygen and nitrogen in the system. Okay, so now we're going to have a quick look at acidic and alkaline soils. So acidic soils, which is approximately 30% of the soil that is not covered in ice. Acidic soil has a low pH, and it was previously thought that nitrification could not occur in soils with a pH of less than 5.5. However, it is now known that it can occur with soils with a pH of about 3. In acidic soils, the dominant oxidizer of ammonia are the archaea, which reside in the soil. In alkaline soils, which are usually found in dry conditions, and they have a higher pH. In the alkaline soils, the dominant oxidizers of ammonia are the bacteria that reside in these soils. Nitrification is an important part of the nitrogen cycle. Without it, plants would not be able to get the nitrogen that they need. However, nitrification can cause nitrous oxide emissions. When looking at the nitrogen cycle, the emissions of N2O usually happen during the denitrification process. However, heterotrophic nitrification has been known to create N2O emissions. There are a few factors that affect the production of N2O by heterotrophic nitrification. These are organic carbon that is in the soil, the carbon-nitrogen ratio, and the soil's pH. A soil with a low pH and a large carbon-to-nitrogen ratio can produce about half of the soil's N2O emissions. This is important because N2O emissions can have a negative effect on the ozone layer. And about 30% of N2O emissions a year come from soils. How does nitrification relate to ecology? Nitrification is dependent on the relationship of biotic and abiotic factors. The primary oxidizers of ammonia in the soil have a link with the pH of the soil. As previously seen, bacteria are the primary oxidizers in alkaline soils and archaea in acidic soils. Abiotic factors also contribute to the amount of N2O emissions from heterotrophic nitrification. Plants also have a relationship with the process of nitrification. Without nitrification, some plants would not be able to get the nitrogen, which is one of the macronutrients that a plant needs to grow.